Today, we're talking about something that impacts almost every financial decision we make, but most people rarely think about the money messages we absorbed as kids.
Whether it was something your parents explicitly taught you or something you observed growing up, those experiences follow you into adulthood in ways you may not even realize.
And what's interesting is that two people can grow up in the same household and walk away with completely different beliefs about money. The way you think about money today may have a lot more to do with your childhood than you realize.
We all grow up absorbing beliefs about money from the people and experiences around us. Things like money doesn't grow on trees, we can't afford that, rich people are greedy, debt is dangerous, you should always save for a rainy day. Some of those messages are spoken directly, and others are picked up through observation. And it's important to say that these messages aren't inherently good or bad. Some become incredible financial strengths over time. Others may hold us back. So the key is understanding which is which. Even if your family never talked about money growing up, you were still learning about it every day.
Yeah, so can you talk a little bit more about that?
So think about the role money played in your household growing up. Did money create tension? Were purchases discussed openly? Was budgeting normal? Did your parents avoid talking about finances altogether? You absorb all of that.
It's a great point. And often the strongest money lessons aren't what was said to you, it's what was modeled to you.
Exactly. Children are incredible observers.
So, one pattern we've seen over the years is people who have more than enough money to accomplish their goals, but still struggle to spend it. Often it has a lot less to do with their current financial situation and more to do with the experiences they had growing up.
Sure, so maybe money was tight, maybe they watched their parents worry about paying the bills, or maybe they learned that every dollar needed to be saved because you never knew what tomorrow would bring.
So, even if their financial situation changes, those feelings around money don't necessarily change with it.
Exactly. Their balance sheet may say they're financially secure, but emotionally, they still feel like they need to prepare for the next emergency.
But those same experiences can create some positive financial habits too.
Absolutely. Growing up in a household that emphasized saving, living within your means, and avoiding unnecessary debt can provide a strong financial foundation. So the goal isn't to unlearn those lessons. It's simply to recognize when a healthy habit crosses the line into something that's preventing you from enjoying the financial security you've worked so hard to build. So, Mike, have you ever met someone who seems to spend every dollar they earn, no matter how much their income increases?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's easy to assume that person just likes to spend money. But sometimes there's more to the story. Maybe they grew up watching a parent or loved one work incredibly hard, save diligently, and never really get the chance to enjoy the wealth they accumulated. Maybe they experienced the loss of someone close to them and came away with the belief that life is short and tomorrow isn't guaranteed.
Yeah, I've seen that too. And those experiences can leave a lasting impression and shape how someone thinks about money for many years.
Yeah, so let's talk about how this impacts our relationships. The financial habits and beliefs we develop growing up can have a bigger impact on our personal relationships than most people realize.
Absolutely. One person may believe that saving equals security, and the other may believe that spending on experiences equals living fully. Neither person is necessarily wrong. They're just operating from different money stories.
And once you understand where those perspectives come from, those conversations can start to make a lot more sense.
Exactly. When couples recognize the beliefs behind the behaviors, it becomes much easier to understand each other and make financial decisions as a team. So here's a question I think everyone should ask. What did I learn about money growing up? Not what your parents told you, but what did you actually learn?
Like, what did you observe? What scared you? What made you feel safe? What messages still influence your decisions today?
Those are great questions to ask. Sometimes just connecting the dots helps you see things differently.
Okay, so the good news is that the money beliefs learned in childhood don't have to be permanent.
Exactly. Also, keep in mind that understanding your money story isn't about blaming your parents. Most parents were doing the best they could with the information they had. It's really about becoming aware of the beliefs you've carried with you and deciding whether they still make sense for the life you're living today.
Right. The goal is to make intentional decisions about money that align with your own values and goals.
Now, it's also worth remembering that not every childhood money belief needs to be changed. Some of those lessons may have helped you become financially responsible, disciplined, or thoughtful with money. So the goal isn't to throw those beliefs away. It's to recognize which ones are still serving you and which ones no longer fit the life you're trying to build.
So, if someone recognizes a money belief that's been negatively influencing their decisions, what do they do next?
The first step is to challenge it. Ask yourself, is this belief actually true? Or is it just something I've always assumed to be true? Then look at the numbers. One of the most powerful things about going through a financial planning process is that it uncovers the truth through numbers and facts.
Yeah, it's a great point. Can you give an example of that?
Sure. So we meet people all the time who want to travel more, retire earlier, or spend money on experiences with their families, but they feel guilty doing it. Growing up, they may have learned that spending money is irresponsible or that every extra dollar should be saved. But when we actually run the numbers, they sometimes discover they're in a position to do those things without jeopardizing their long term goals.
So, in many cases, the numbers can provide permission.
In a way, yes. The numbers don't care about your fears, assumptions, or money stories. They simply show what's possible. And sometimes that's a sobering moment because you realize you're spending more than you thought. Other times, it's incredibly freeing because you realize you've been holding yourself back unnecessarily.
Yeah, well said. So, whether you're naturally a saver, a spender, risk averse, comfortable taking chances, it's important to recognize that those tendencies didn't appear out of nowhere. Taking a closer look at your own money story can help you better understand why you make the financial decisions you do today. It can also help you better understand a spouse, partner, family member, or even a friend whose relationship with money may be very different from your own.
And once you understand the money messages you've been carrying around, you have the opportunity to decide whether they're still serving you. Some of those beliefs may be helping you make wise financial decisions today, and others may be holding you back. So the value is in recognizing the difference.